So here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you got to do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working whoever they put in front of him. He beat them, and ultimately he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense, and he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title away tonight. We shall see. All right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Got to think he's going to try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. Khamzat Chimaev finds himself in yet another big spot here tonight. And now our tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Bo Nickal. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Khamzat Borz Chimaev.
And there's Herb Dean. He will handle the action inside the octagon. All right, here we go, round 1, and a lot of Bo Nickal's fights have been quick, so don't get up and grab anything from the refrigerator. This man is a submission machine. We have also seen his power on full display. This display could be in trouble.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He doesn't know if he's in the octagon or at his mama's house for Thanksgiving. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Knock him out. The fight's done.
Big elbow. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Nickal. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, passes.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
While the ground and pound is there once again, strong work here by Nickal. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Chimaev getting worked here from the top. Ground and pound strikes raining down.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Another ground and pound strike gets home. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Just over 2 minutes now to go. Khamzat Chimaev getting absolutely worked here from the top. These are some very effective ground and pound strikes.
Massive shot from the top.
Another ground and pound strike lands.
Way to stay aware and stay safe defensively.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound here, DC. He's not just staying busy for the sake of staying busy. These strikes are doing damage.
Oh, yeah, no pity pat to this guy. This guy's trying to land, and he's trying to land effective strikes.
Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. Back mount now. Well, that was a high-level extended battle on the ground. Now, though, the athletes back to their feet, and no surprise, the crowd responds in kind.
The crowd just loves whenever they get two high-level strikers going at it. It is very hard to get back up.
That's the biggest shot of the fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no...
Saved by the bell. That's the end of the round. You heard the horn, and it came just as he was stunned by a huge shot right before the end of the round. So, saved by the bell. Back to the stool, 60 seconds with which to recover. We'll see if his corner can keep his head in the fight. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. Whiffs on that offering. And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio's so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output and pace.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having fantastic cardio.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Chimaev.
And another one. Another strike from the top. Lands for him.
All right, close guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Chimaev's in half guard. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. He's got to start throwing now.
We'll see what he does here. He postures up and lands to the head.
Fighter blocks the punch.
Hard shots landing on both sides here. Under 3 minutes now to go on the round.
Yeah, he hurt him real bad.
Shot there. He's lucky his head still attached to his body.
The last time I saw an uppercut like that, it was Overeem versus Ngannou. And you know they still haven't found Alistair Overeem's head.
Oh, huge ground strikes.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Well, nothing in the unified rules says you can't strike from off of your back, and he did well there.
Now he's going full mount.
All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard. He's got to be careful here.
Oh, good movement to avoid that strike from the top.
Nice.
Well, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Chimaev.
And there you go, again, half guard.
Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Chimaev's right back to the full mount here.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Ground and pound keeps coming. Good movement to avoid that damage coming down. Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. All right, there's the horn. How about that round? He got him badly there early on. You thought that maybe that was going to be the beginning of the end. At the very least here, got to think he's going to try to get him out of here in this next one.
J.A., he's on skates. Yeah. I mean, he was on skates. His ability to withstand that avalanche is commendable, but he has to change something as he approaches the next round.
All right, we now take a look back at some of the highlights from that last round, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
I mean, these guys are going to be very busy trying to find what replay to show you guys. Lands on both sides of the octagon. Both guys fought great. What a phenomenal round.
Ready.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Able to check the high kick. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Stuffs the takedown there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, lands a hip toss now. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Oh, that ghillie is tight. Oh, great submission defense.
That was nice.
All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finish here.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded. They're so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he has given himself a chance to win this fight.
I've never been submitted.
You never have?
Nope.
Lucky guy. I have.
Nickals in half guard. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. The ground strikes starting to pile up.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man. Oh, man, what a strike from the bottom.
Nickals got him in a crucifix now, gonna go to work from the top. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Nickals back in half guard. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Good, solid strike on the ground. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. And most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, and he just gets up.
Final 30 seconds of this third round. Oh, this could be over soon. Final seconds of round 3. Saved by the bell. The round is over. He got stunned by a massive shot just before the end of the round. So now he goes back to the stool, wobbly a little bit. We'll see if the corner can maximize these 60 seconds and keep his head in the fight. All right, so the takedown's the big storyline in that previous round. Let's look back at some of the highlights, DC, and got to be pretty discouraging to get grounded that many times in one round.
Oh, it's so discouraging because all you want to do is let your offense go, but every time you're getting dragged to the floor constantly, you're starting to get fatigued. He's starting to wear on you. Let's see what type of effect it takes on his offensive approach as the next round starts.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our fourth round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you got to change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically and also mentally to make sure that you're ready to go that extra 10 minutes.
On to the mouth.
Once he got him cut, he recognized where he needs to be throwing these shots, and once again, he lands right on that cut. This is where he wants to be. This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
Lands the grounded pound strike here. Oh, another ground strike gets through.
Right back.
Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4. Print the shirts, ground and pound. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Oh, strong reversal on the ground here.
There it is. Now he's running him out. He's got to be careful here.
All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the
This is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling. And that's exactly what they got in that exchange.
That's a lot of blood, man. I think I can smell the B-positive blood type from here.
Yeah, he's bleeding quite a bit right now, and the blood's going into the eye. He needed to address this early. Now he's about to have to go into survival mode.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Chimaev. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Side control. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now. I know the crowd thinks it's funny when this happens, but if you're the bottom fighter, nothing funny about it.
It's not funny. This is not a fun position to be in fighting. You got to try and change it immediately because you are carrying someone's weight, whether it's their bottom half weight or the top half. You are carrying their weight, whether you got their armpit in your face or you got their legs over the top of you. It is not comfortable. So you need to be trying to move, make them make a decision, a determination as to what they're trying to accomplish, and then you try and counter it.
All right, side control now. Chimaev's back in full mount. 20 minutes down, potentially 5 to go.
This is it. Last round. You got one more round for me? Give me a good 5 minutes here. You got this one, man. You just gotta keep throwing those jabs.
Well, what a round it was, especially from a striking standpoint. DC, take us through.
High-level striking. I mean, this is what people come through the doors to see. 2 men, stand on a quarter, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, and let it all fly. I'm surprised nobody went out, but it does excite me for the next round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Oh, nice uppercut from the champion. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Just misses with a left hook there.
Oh, nice double leg, yes.
So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. We got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Ground and pound, the hammer. Mark Coleman would be proud.
This is a terrible position.
All right, getting late in the fight. It has been all action to this point as we go. And now he's got the back. 3 minutes now to go in this one. Closed guard here. He's very comfortable here working off of his back, DC. Well, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground.
And both of these guys should feel pretty satisfied because they both had their moments and they both showed true skill on the ground.
not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple of rounds, he's been far more aggressive, a lot more pressure. Oh, he's really starting to light him up now. Well, he's not leaking information. He is leaking blood, and a lot of it as his opponent continues to realize success.
I mean, he's finding so much success striking in that area of the face. His eye is so damaged. The blood is pouring everywhere. This has become very, very dangerous for him. Yeah, he's in half guard here.
But at least staying busy on the bottom.
Oh.
1 minute to go. Good work from the top here by Chimaev. Oh, another strike lands from the top. Final seconds of the fight. Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head. All-out action right through the final minute. Nobody in this arena is sitting down. What a fight. The official decision is now in. It resides with Bruce
rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All three judges score this contest 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Khamzat Chimaev.
All right, so the welterweight cut never seemingly